from Alpha Board, we are doing a very interesting topic, something that is not very traditional. It's something a little more modern, and I would say it's a new approach to gaining jobs. Today we are going to
Right.
discuss, today we're going to discuss how we can utilize social media to gain a job. Okay, and I wouldn't be
Right.
surprised if we had a lot of viewers here today, because it is something that everyone is trying to get into. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. And I believe, nowadays we see so many stories. Like recently, there was this popular guy from Ahmedabad. He was just a little kid. He was selling on the roadside. But because of the social media, he got good number of people, buying his thing. So similarly, it is not limited to your business or whatever thing you are selling. You can leverage the power of social media to get jobs as well. And for this, today we have the expert Koraki with us to tell all about it.
Yeah, I think that was a great introduction. And like
Mhm.
you said, there are no limits. And I would also
Right,
like to add, there are no limits to age as well. Usually when we
right.
go for a job, we have a description on
Mhm.
the age requirements and all of that. But if you start a business on social media, or if you join a job on social media, most likely they won't really take it into account your age.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Right.
this is there's no bounding by age, geography, gender, nothing. So everyone's welcome to this discussion as well. So let's begin.
Absolutely.
Also, before we begin, obviously we have to do this. Everyone
Mhm.
from Board Infinity and Alpha Board, please follow Alpha Board. Um, we have lives every week, and we have content like this coming at you guys that's very interesting and helpful. So please go follow, guys. Also, another
Right.
thing, me and Ayush are here not only to talk our mouths off and blabber, we're
Mhm.
here to answer your questions and interact with you guys. So don't be shy to comment down. I'll be reading every single comment that you guys have for us
Right.
today. So yeah, we're going to be answering any relevant questions, anything. So
Yeah,
let's get this
absolutely.
going. Okay, let's start.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Okay.
so when we look for a job, right? Let's say Ayush, your employer, you're looking for a job.
Yes.
What is the first thing that you do after you see an application and you see that someone's applied and you see their
Mhm.
names on their resume?
Right.
What is your first mindset, or what is the first thing that you do?
Actually, contrary to, I don't see their resume.
Hmm.
I like to first look at their LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn you can see a streak of things, right? What
Yeah,
are they posting? What are they liking? What kind of comments are they posting?
yeah,
Everything
exactly.
accounts there as well. It's not the picture perfect thing there.
Yes, exactly. So that's exactly what Ayush said. The first
Hmm.
thing that your employer will do, believe it or not,
Hmm.
is they will Google you. Okay, they will
Right.
Google you. They want to know what kind of person they're employing, so they're going to give you a Google search. So
Right.
make sure, guys, that when that employer is looking through your Google profile, that you have a LinkedIn. Okay, when we think of social media, don't you think we always think of Instagram or Facebook or something like that? People don't
Right.
realize that LinkedIn is also a form of social media, right? It is
Absolutely.
social media for the workplace. So
It is
first
it is
thing,
Facebook for
yeah,
professional people basically.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
Facebook for people who are working, right?
Yeah.
So first thing that you do is update your LinkedIn or form a LinkedIn. Put in your education, put in everything that you've done, your skills, even attach your resume in there. And for
Right.
those who are in the younger generation, I understand that you probably haven't had a job before that. It's fine. If you've done something in college, if you've done something interesting even in high school, a different project, maybe some charity work, put that in there. Because these days, don't you think that employers are not only looking for a degree, they're looking for more. They're looking for
Right.
much more than that. So that's definitely something that I would add as well. So update your LinkedIn. Second thing is, after we've gotten our LinkedIn profile up for whoever to Google, the second thing that we need to do is actually search for a job. Now, how do we use social media to search for a job? There are many ways. The first way is the traditional way, which would be, what would you say? Quicker, OLX, stuff like Intern Shala,
Uh,
stuff like that, right? That would
Koraki, I would just like to, correct you. Quicker and OLX are for second-hand things, not for job search.
No, you can get jobs now on Quicker and OLX. Did
Right?
you know? There's a
Okay, I
that's
didn't know that.
yeah. Yeah, there's a section on OLX on Quicker for jobs,
Right.
and you can do like different types of jobs in different types of industries. So yeah, guys, you can look at those apps as well.
So
And
yeah, guys.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was just saying, for amazing insights like this, you have to attend all of our Alpha Boot sessions.
exactly,
We keep coming live. Yeah, so make sure
exactly.
to follow.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can see many
exactly.
laughs coming in the comment.
Yeah, we okay. Yeah, everyone's saying hi. Okay, let me just read some comments for you so you know what's
Right.
happening, Ayush. People are saying hi, people are saying hey, but there aren't any questions. Guys, we can't keep reading you guys saying hi to us. Like you have to
Right.
say more. Anyway, so yeah, like we just discovered there's Quicker, OLX, there's Internshala, there's all of those things now. And this is one way that I actually learned um from some of my cousins. It's more of like a personal thing. Just DM an account, on
Right.
Instagram. I don't mean to like blow our own toot our own horn, but Board
Right.
Infinity, for example, we are very in
Yeah.
touch with our followers, and even Alpha Board very in touch with all the interactions that we get. We DM back all of that. If we have genuine people looking for jobs, we will consider you. And we're not the only companies that do this. Now there are a lot
Right.
of up and coming companies that are more inclined with social media, and they give everyone a chance. So guys,
Right.
just shoot your shot. Okay, just say, be very genuine and be like, okay, I have this much experience, I'm very interested in what your company is doing, and I'd like to get an interview or something like that.
Right.
If it doesn't work, it's fine, you're only wasting 1 second of your day. But if it does, it's a
Right.
new opportunity. So
Absolutely.
definitely DM those accounts. I think we have a question, let's answer it. Let
Right.
me just scroll up. There's like a lot of interaction going on. Okay. What if the work, okay, so Puru Soni says, what if the work we have done is not related to the field we are applying for? Okay, would you like to answer that question, Ayush?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would
Yeah.
like to, answer relating it with the category that I'm managing right now at Board Infinity, which is data science. Right. So let us say, you want to get placed as a data scientist. So even after you get placed as a data scientist, you will be working for someone else. You will be working on someone else's project. So you need to be open to be, working in, let's say one day you're working in the supply chain project, one day you're working on a marketing analytics project. So similarly, you can be that domain expert. So let's say someone is coming from the social media background and now you have learned data science skills as well. You can be an absolutely amazing marketeer. You can analyze the campaign. You can even formulate things according to that way. So having an expertise in other field is not a bad thing. You should know how to use it in your current field as well.
Yes, that's a very great answer. And I'd also like to answer this question with my own example. When I got this the job at Alpha Board, my I
Right.
got into teaching at first, and my career goal wouldn't exactly be a teacher. But as I started doing more things like content writing and Instagram lives, it started helping me in just like the basic knowledge of having a job. You know, it
Right.
doesn't always have to be the career path that you want, but it's just every day you learn new things from anything that you do. So don't worry
Right.
if the current work that you're doing is not necessarily like the field that you want to go in at the end or whatever it is. It's fine, you're definitely going to learn something, and it's definitely going to add,
Right.
and I can say that with personal experience. So just go for it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Hope that answered your question. All right. Moving on to our points that we were talking about. Um, like I said, you can DM accounts, and that will obviously help you. Another thing is, I would like to talk about not only DM accounts, but also making your profile in general,
Right.
like your social media profile in general. Um, Talk about your work, talk about what you're passionate about on your Instagram stories, repost. For example, if you're into marketing, and you see a new article about something related to your field or whatever field you're in, repost that
Right.
and be show that you're passionate about whatever you're doing and whatever you're interested in. Follow
Right.
accounts of companies that you're interested in, and not only companies that are very big like multinationals. Okay, not to
Hmm.
insult them, we love multinational companies, but definitely look into
Right.
startups that are coming into your field that you're interested in. um, because the startups are most probably going to respond to you and going to scout out for you, knowing that you're interested in them. So definitely do
Right.
that as well. You know, when you post your stories and you're editing something, why don't you give your followers a glimpse of this? If you're
Right.
like for example, a graphic designer, they have a task to make a new logo or something like that, right? And they make a video or a story about the before and after of what they've done. That's so
Right.
interesting. I'm pretty sure
Absolutely.
a company if you come up in their suggested or something like that, they might go through your content and they'll hire you. You know, these
Right.
days, with COVID, you know, COVID's a very devastating thing that happened. But I would like to say
Mhm.
one thing that really flourished is new opportunities online. Don't you think?
Right.
That really,
Absolutely.
yeah,
In
that's
fact,
really
even
true.
we at Board Infinity, we witnessed a sharp curve in increasing number of people who wanted to opt for learning. Many people, when the lockdown started, they opted for our data science
Yeah,
course, digital marketing course, and we had a sharp rise ever since. Because now
yeah.
people have a, somewhat familiarity with the online concept. They don't believe that, it's all brick and mortars now.
Exactly. And I definitely think that there's a sort of, just to go a little off track, I feel like there's a stigma against how to get a job, because the second you tell people that you're like 18, 19 getting a job, they're like, done. They're surprised. They're like, how did you get a job? It's not
Yeah.
that hard if you actually try, you know?
Right.
So that's exactly why we're making this video today. So people find it easier also. So yeah, I would
Right.
definitely say try to make your Instagram account or social media account more passionate and more involved in your career, and that's definitely going to
Right.
open up a lot of opportunities for you. Another thing that you can talk about is also joining chat rooms on Facebook. Now what these chat rooms are is they're discussions, and you can have professional discussions with people in your field. And now, like we said, in COVID, during work from home, we have a lot of more free time, and we often find ourselves bored of the
Right.
classic, you know, Netflix shows and all of that. So a lot of people now actually are
Right.
doing moving into more intellectual forms of entertainment, and definitely you
Right.
get into chat rooms, and it's a form of networking. So Ayush,
Hmm.
can you explain to our followers what networking is and what it
Right.
means? Yeah,
Right. So if anyone is into, motivation or self-help, there's a very popular quote that your network is your net worth. And, especially you do realize that, once you start your career, like if you see people who are from IITs or IIM, the real thing is not the professors or the environment there. The real thing is the alumni network that they get, because, these are the people who will be there in good companies. And if you are connected with people in the good companies, and let's say you want to switch a job, this network is going to help you out, because let's say you are just submitting a resume to a company, and then on the other hand you have a referral for it, most likely you're going to be shortlisted for it. And I would like to come back at a previous point as well, that going online, it opens a world of opportunity for you. So you are not limited to your city or your state. Now you can go international as well. And just as Koraki said, that we about Netflix and chat rooms, what, that is the beauty of online. Like, let's say if we were always sticking to DVDs and CDs, and if we never knew about Netflix, we would have missed series like, Dark, like Money Heist, right? All of those international series, like, which we would have never watched. So similarly, there are multiple opportunities. Like, talking about series, you can work as a translator in any of the English series and translate
exactly.
it into Hindi if you have the creative bone. So that opens a world of opportunities for you if you have a good social media account or a profile.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Exactly. That's the best way to explain
Mhm.
it, I feel. So yeah, that's also very great. Another thing that you can talk about when you social media, which I've seen actually in a lot of journalists' pages, is you can post about the different writings that you've done and also link a
Right.
lot of your work. So a lot of journalists, they have their own personal blogs. So what they like to do is they like to,
Mm.
you know, take a little screenshot, post a screenshot, write a little gist of what they've written, and also they like to link their blog in their posts. I find this really
Right.
interesting because it's a way of kind of showing your passion while displaying your skills, right?
Right.
So I definitely would say that this whole incorporation of your career with your social media profile is of very, very important.
Right.
Now let's talk about more into not getting employed in a job, but starting your own business in social media.
Right.
So as you know, this has started, a lot of people
Mm.
have started businesses in social media, and I think anyone can do it. People my age, people younger, have started thrift stores on social media. They're selling uh,
Right.
pre worn clothing to promote sustainable forms of fashion and stuff like that. People are making stuff and selling it. And this has actually increased a lot of like female business enterprises in India, which
Right.
wasn't very
Right.
prominent a few years ago, but now social media has allowed that, because the whole
Yeah.
concept of startup capital and all of that isn't really incorporated. So guys, you can do that as well. Starting a business and marketing on social media also, and that will form your career. Another thing that people do is they do consultancies. So they do different
Right.
social media accounts and they run different social media pages. So that's also something
Right.
that people are getting into.
Yeah.
Another tip, lastly, in relation to your social media profile to find a job, would be, for example, Ayush, if you saw someone who has a social media and you want to judge their character, but all that they're posting about is their job. What
Right.
impression does that kind of form in your head about that person, like personally, in
Right.
your opinion?
So, I think that would depend because, nowadays what many people are doing, they have a separate account, to post their work. Like there are many artists who have a dedicated account where they post their sketches. And then there are bloggers who are also uploading, the kind of video editing they are doing, or there are freelance photographers, they are uploading it.
Yeah,
So I would definitely say it depends, like how much part of your life is that work, right? And if
yeah.
you have a dedicated page, I think that is something better that you are having two separate things for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Hmm.
completely agree that people have a separate account. And yeah, I would
Hmm.
give that as an advice after what I'm about to say. A lot of
Right.
people only post their work on their personal pages. When an
Hmm.
employer or someone who is looking to hire you or scout you is when is looking to scout you, they look at your social media and they only see work, but they want someone who's well rounded. They like to see, as an employer, that's somewhat against the traditional norms of what a worker should be. A dynamic
Right.
employer, which we see a lot of those in India now. We used to see a lot
Right.
of that in America and the UK, but I feel like India is jumping on that bandwagon, going
Right.
against the traditional forms. So
Hmm.
they want to see someone who's dynamic. They want to see someone who goes out,
Right.
parties, likes to experience different cuisines, likes to travel, stuff like that. So guys, don't
Right.
only post your job, post
Right.
things that you're passionate about otherwise. That's
Hmm.
kind of not in your 9 to 5 regime.
Right.
Like, for example, people are very passionate about anime or stuff like that. So post about those things. Or I'm very passionate
Right.
about my TV shows, and I will
I think
constantly post
you
about that.
just told what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You just told what I was about to say.
Oh, you
I
were
am
going to
too
talk
much
about
into
anime?
anime. Yeah,
Would you say you're an anime buff yourself?
absolutely. I think every second story about in my Instagram is about anime only.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really
Right.
great to see, someone who has different interests, and that says a lot about their personality.
Right.
So definitely post
Hmm.
on that. And one personal thing that I like seeing in people is there could be someone who's a content writer. By
Right.
they could be going on a trek, and they take a picture of a trek they've done, and they write a little piece on their experience. In that way you can
Right.
see that this person likes to trek and they like to travel, but you can also see their skills, and their expertise, and that makes them a very well rounded person. Yeah.
Right.
So, Ayush, what would you say are some tips that you've kind of seen people use in social media as well in getting a job or in Board Infinity? Have you been approached by social
Right.
media? And what's your reaction to all of these things that happen?
Right. So, other than talking about the hard skills, like let's say there is someone photographer, someone is a good cook, but if they have way of speaking. if they can explain what they have made, and if you can feel the passion in the way of their speaking, this is something that leaves an impression in your mind, right? Now let's say someone is a data scientist and they are making a data visualization. Now you can make a data visualization in number of ways, but the question is, whatever data you are presenting, I'm pretty sure that data is accurate, but can you present it in a static manner? So there the interaction of two skills, if I find it very rare, and whosoever people are there, if they have an interaction of these two things, I see they are always performing well in their career.
Yeah, yeah. That's one more thing that I've also seen that you just said, that you need to be um, a person who has both intellectual skills and someone who can be approachable. You know,
Right.
I feel like that's one thing that the education system does not teach. They just teach good marks.
Right.
And that it's kind of disappointing because there are people with such great marks.
Right.
Such great marks, but they don't have those speaking skills and communication skills and just people skills
Right.
that needs to be taught. And I think social
Right.
media can teach a form of um, I'd like to say uh, confidence that helps
Right.
people like this kind of break out of their shell. Wouldn't you say?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And I would say, that is why Alpha Board exists. That is why, we have coaches like you. We have a whole platform dedicated to it. That if you are someone, who is not confident in your speaking, and if you see yourself, speaking one day as Koraki being invited somewhere, right? You can definitely check out our courses and enroll for it.
Yeah,
And I think, we have been speaking for quite a long time. Let's
we
go
have.
through the comments as well.
Yes, let's go through the comments. If there's anything relevant, I feel like a lot of people are talking to each
Right.
other. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people are talking to you. But let's just answer some of these things that people are saying. So there's a lot of smiley faces.
Right.
Uh, I'm okay. There are people asking for shout outs, which is
Okay.
great. Um,
Okay.
there is someone who's asking, what if I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram? How do I still get a job? Okay. Do you have any answer to this
Hmm.
question?
Right. I would like to say, keep making content because you never know which video of yours goes viral.
Yeah,
And yeah,
that's
even
so true.
I when I was there in Kota, I used to write about science and technology and things relating to Kota as well.
Yeah,
And then one day, so I wrote somewhere around 50 answers, and then one of my answer it went viral. And then after that, every answer of mine started getting good views. So
yeah,
you never know, when it goes. Just that if you are passionate about the things, keep making the video, yeah.
well,
Because nowadays I see there are many people who are gym freaks, right?
yeah.
They keep on making videos about their gym, about their workout, and they share some tips in as well. So yeah, just keep going. You never know.
Yeah, and these days reels, everyone is, if you use a popular song, you will get like 4,000 views on reels if you get lucky. So yeah, definitely do
Yeah.
that. Yes. Someone else asked, do we comment on posts and follow to get a job? Okay. Yes. So this is actually one of the points that I'd like to talk about. Um, just to like, I think that was the only last relevant question, so let's end with this question.
Right.
Let's end with this question. When you are actually like looking for a job and you want to socialize and gain a network and get a job, definitely
Hmm.
follow some people who are influential or just people in your industry. So for example, you're in the field of marketing and you've met someone who's a marketing director of a company or a marketing manager.
Hmm.
Follow them and try to see the different people they follow. Another thing that you said, commenting on posts. Yes, interaction is very important. Once in a while, you
Right.
can comment something and you will suddenly become noticed in their social media sphere. So
Right.
you will be a user in their head. So that's one way.
Right.
But limit yourself. Don't comment on every post because that looks a little desperate, and they also know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get into the
Right.
circle or get a job. So try to be like contributing in a very professional way. Don't overdo it, I would say. And you, I
Right.
think
And I
you will
think,
form a good
yeah.
impression. Yeah.
And I think there's a shortcut around to it as well. So let's say you are with a marketing manager. You are just following them. and they just uploaded a story relating to maybe a marketing concept or maybe a theory of theirs. You can do what you do to try to get into DM of your crushes or any of the people you're interested in. You can simply reply to their story with a counter argument of yours, that what you think about it. And I think that will have more chances of them replying. But again,
Yes.
just as Korak said, don't do it too much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be a desperate attempt.
Yeah, and they'll also get annoyed. They'll be like, "Oh my god, they're
Yeah.
commenting again," you know. And yeah, it's always good to have those one-off, really unique, nice answers than constant, the
Right.
same thing again and again.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think at that note, we're done with our session. We don't have any more questions. You guys have been a really great audience.
Hmm.
And yeah, Ayush, do you have anything else to say? Do you want to say farewell?
Yeah, I just want to say, to accelerate your career, you can check out Board Infinity, and to accelerate your communication skills, you can check out Alpha Board. There are people like Koraki who are always there for you to help you out
Yeah.
with your communication skills, with your confidence, and make sure that you succeed in your career.
Yes. Okay, so at that note, I will say bye, everyone. Have a great Sunday. And yeah, see you guys. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.